Hey everyone, Dylan here, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a anime review of Yu Yu Hakusho Season 1. Hopefully you like my new camera. I got a new phone. I went from the LG G6 to the LG G8. And so things should look better. It's in 1080p 60, and I don't know. Hopefully it looks good. I don't know. I'm guessing it should. But testing, recording out, hoping things go well with the new camera and all that. But anyways, yeah. So as I previously stated, the way I'm going to be doing Yu Yu Hakusho, because it is one of my most favorite series of anime, but since I've seen it so many times, I get sick of watching it really easily if I watch too much of it. So I'm going to be watching each season of it. There's 4 seasons. I'm going to be watching each season during each season of real life. So in today's video, it'll just be season 1 of the series. I think it's like 20-something episodes, like 26, 28 for the first season. But yeah, so I don't know if I'll spoil things or not. I'm not 100% sure. If I do, I'll try to give a warning or something, but I don't know. But anyways, let's just get right into it. So, if you did not know, Yu Yu Hakusho pretty much starts out as a kid, a teenager. He's like 14. His name is Yusuke Urameshi, and he ends up dying in the first episode. He gets killed, and then he becomes a ghost. And he wasn't actually planned to die that day, and it surprised everyone. And so through some ordeals and things like that, he has a chance to get his life back. Yusuke himself is kind of like a delinquent kind of character. But I guess I'll get into that more when I get into more characters. But he ends up basically getting an ordeal to get his life back. And because he has more into like the spirit and spirit world, he ends up having, he ends up becoming a spirit detective with powers and stuff. In this series, the powers are basically spirit energy and then demon energy, and there's demons in it and spirit and stuff. And he becomes a spirit detective, solving different cases and stuff like that and all that. And that's kind of like what the show is in a nutshell, and it's really cool. From the style is like kind of 80s, 90s kind of style for how it looks. And it actually was made in the 90s, so yeah. Anyways, so it can be a little old, but I love Yu Yu Hakusho. This review might be everywhere, but this time around, I really did try to take the bias glasses off when I was rewatching it to just pay attention to things that maybe bothered me or things that could have been better, instead of just doing whatever. So in this particular episodes, I did notice some weird things like that could have been done better, or things that didn't really make much sense, and it's just kind of like, man, this is really weird, or I didn't like this. And the reason why I'm not sure about spoiling things is because I kind of want to talk about them, but I don't know. So the first arcs that you go through, the first arc is the first 5 episodes, is kind of Yusuke getting his life back and doing all that. And then the next arc after that is the 3 artifacts. And like everything in the first season is like the spirit detective saga, the detective arc, where he does a lot of his detective stuff. And for the most part, detective is kind of not a good word for it, because a lot of stuff he doesn't have to figure out. He just has to kill a demon or beat a demon in most cases. So it's not really a detective, so to speak. He's not really solving stuff, So it's a little misleading in terms of the name. But besides that, it's after that is the Genkai tournament arc. Then after that is the 4 Saint Beast arc. in Mei's castle. And then after that, they have a rescuing Yukina arc. And then the weird thing about season 1 is the last episode actually has it placed in what I would consider season 2. It's the Dark Tournament, and it's the first fight of the Dark Tournament, which is like the last episode of season 1. It's weird. I feel like they should have pushed that to season 2 because it just doesn't fit there. It just feels weird. I don't know. But I won't really be talking about that. But overall, with the characters in Yu Yu Hakusho, you have your 4 main characters. Yusuke, he's the one with black hair and wears green. You have Kuwabara, he wears blue and has orange hair. And then you have Hiei, he is the short demon who has black spiky hair and uses a sword. Then you have Kurama. Kurama has like the pinkish hair and wears pink and all that. And so based on these characters, Yusuke is they're all 4 kind of the main characters, but Yusuke is the main character. And he's kind of a delinquent, kind of a punk, and hides his feelings. I guess he's kind of a tsundere a little bit, but to where he does care about people around him and stuff, but he kind of covers it up to try to look cool and all that. And things like that. He has a bratty attitude. He has a lot of smart-ass remarks, and a lot of them are pretty funny and stuff. So Yusuke is a pretty good character. I like him a lot. Then we move on to Kuwabara. Kuwabara is 14 years old as well, and he's like bigger. And he's kind of a delinquent as well, but a little bit different from Yusuke. He has like an honor code, and he talks about being a man, and all that, has a manly code and all that. And Kuwabara is kind of a joke character, kind of. There's a few moments he has where he does some cool things, but the majority of it, he's a joke character. He loses a lot of fights. He's just joked on a lot. And so I kind of wish they wouldn't have done that with him. I get they wanted to make a comic character out of him, but I think he could have been cooler than what he was. Like I said, he does have a few good moments in the series, so there is that, but I just wish he would have been done better, in my opinion. And then you have Kurama. Kurama is the pink-haired fox demon type thing character. He has a lot of dimensions, and I'll talk about that more in kind of like, later seasons. But overall, he is like the more intelligent fighter character. He doesn't go with like brute force or like anything. He uses typically a rose whip to fight, which cuts through a lot of most like solid substances. And he's like a cool, calm, collected fighter for the most part. The intelligent, smart one, but not smart in a nerdy way, but smart in a good way. That kind of character. So Kurama and Hiei are one of the more favorite characters in Yu Yu Hakusho, but people still love Yusuke. I guess, Kuwabara, fights with like a energy sword, and Yusuke fights with a spirit gun where he's just like, bang, shoots like an energy, blast from his finger. And then we'll get into Hiei. Hiei is a demon with like an eye on his forehead, the Jugon eye. And he is the biggest tsundere character. He pretends he hates everybody and hates everything, and he's like, I will kill you all, and all this kind of stuff. And he was once a bad guy, but ends up becoming Yusuke's friend, kind of. But he really doesn't show that he cares about people for the most part. He does have an honor code as well, but it's a lot more complex and complicated, and he's just this short ninja, fast sword using like badass, and everybody loves Hiei, and he gets even cooler through the series, and So those are kind of like the 4 main characters. There are a few other characters, but those are the main 4. Overall, season 1 is a good introduction into Yu Yu Hakusho. Each season of Yu Yu Hakusho is a little bit different from the last, except for maybe like the end of season 4. But they are a little bit different. This is, like I said, like the Spirit Detective arc, watching Yusuke grow and the beginning of things. And there are some things things where they're like, you know, they could have done this and made their lives so much easier in a couple aspects. Like in the very beginning where Yusuke was trying to contact the living and through the dreams, it's like he could have probably had Botan have a human form, because she eventually later in season 1 gets a human form. It's like, why didn't she just get a human form to talk to the people Yusuke needed to have talked to, you know? That would have made things a lot more easier. And there's a couple more nitpicks here and there. It's like in the Genkai tournament arc, how, you know, Yusuke kind of wins in dumb ways. I don't know. They're just ways that I didn't like how he wins. I don't know. They just felt like meh. I felt like they could have been cooler, but it is what it is. It could have been better, it could have been worse. It's just my thing. Maybe some people are fine with it. It's a little bit more of a comedic aspect, which was fine, but it's just like, I don't know. A little bit weird, but yeah. But overall, through the 4 arcs, through the different arcs in season 1, which one would be my favorite? I do like the Genkai tournament arc a good bit. But I think I like Maze Castle. Maze Castle can drag on a little bit, but it just has all 4 of them. It has Yusuke with new powers, and so I would say that one is my favorite arc in season 1. But overall, everything is really good. Like I said, some nitpicks, like I guess another annoyance that I had kind of was when he fought like his real first demon, which was, I think his name was Goki. He kind of shot him in the throat, in the mouth, but it didn't really look like it went in there. I don't really know how it knocked him out. It was really weird. I thought that was really stupid, but I don't know. For the most part, I really love Yu Yu Hakusho. I liked the first season. Everything was good. A couple nitpicks here and there that I didn't like, as I said, but overall, really good. Still love the characters. Yu Yu Hakusho soundtrack is really good. All around good. One of my favorite anime. Like I said, spirit energy battles with demons and stuff is like the name of the game here. But yeah, I don't know. This has probably been a weird review overall. But overall, I love the characters. I love everything about Yu Yu Hakusho. Even though I did turn towards looking at it more objectively of stuff, even with that, I just noticed a couple things that annoyed me more, just focusing on it more. But I still love the series and nothing really changed for me. So it's really great. You should give Yu Yu Hakusho a try if you've never watched it. Like I said, it's YUYUHAKUH or USHO. I don't know, you could find it easily. But Yu Yu Hakusho is really great. You should give it a try. It is on Blu-ray. It's on Funimation. Yeah, so it's great. Give it a shot. You may really like it if it's like a series that you missed or whatever. But yeah, that has been it for me in my review of Season 1 of Yu Yu Hakusho. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for listening. I will see you in the next video.